Hello everybody, this is JD's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel, and I figured that I would do another video showing off my Echo weed eaters. Alright, so I figured I'd do a video of just the trimmers, and then maybe my next video will be showing off my Echo just random equipment. But yeah. So we'll start with the first one. So these are in order from oldest age in age. The SRM 210 is the oldest in age. And then the PAS 225 is the newest in age. So there y'all go. I've bought every one of these except the SRM 210. I got that one for free. Well, what I should be saying is I've bought all of them new except the SRM 210. But yeah, so we'll start with the oldest. This is an Echo SRM 210. It was made in 2007, and it is basically the same as the SRM 225. It's just, you know, the older model. It's gray, and the engine covering's a little different. It's got a different style handle on it, different style handles, and a Echo-Matic head, as they would call this. This is an Echo-Matic, not the speed feed like the other ones have. But yeah, so funny story on this one. My friend Brett, he knows who he is, found this in the junk pile in his neighborhood. So he picked it up for me, and last week I went to his house, and so went to go start it, turned it on, and it fired up first pull. But the only issue is the recoil jacked. Definitely screwed up. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And when I first got it, the throttle was messed up. As you can see, it goes all the way back on the idle screw. Well, it used to stop about right here, so it wouldn't idle properly, but now it does. And I tried to fix the recoil. The issue when I got it is it would only pull over about 2 cranks, or like 2 hits on the engine, so it'd be like toot toot, instead of all 5 or 6, however many these have, the new ones. But so I tried to fix it, and I ended up screwing it up. So I just got to get a new recoil back here. So it's a pretty easy fix. I just got to order one. I haven't yet. But yeah, this is actually a pretty clean trimmer for being as old as it is. When I had it running, it ran great. So it doesn't need a carburetor or anything like that. So the second oldest is my Echo SRM 230. Now, I might be crazy, but I think the shaft is a little bent on the SRM 230. I can't tell comparing it to like the SRM 225, which is right here. 230 looks a little bent. I've been noticing that when I use it. But this trimmer, I brought it over at my house a year ago. It used to be over at my grandparents' house, and I would trim over there with it. And the handle broke. It was just like this handle, but it got screwed up because the throttle cable broke on it. Long story short, I couldn't get the right throttle cable for it, so I had to get an SRM 225 throttle cable, which turned into me having to get the whole SRM 225 handle, which is a new style, compared to the old style like this one that it used to have. So I ended up swapping that out. I had to trim up. See, so it used to have a throttle cable like the SRM 210, like that. Now it's got one like that, which is, if you could see it, what the SRM 225 has, just back in there. But this trimmer is a 2013 model. This is my first Echo weed eater I've ever bought. I did buy it in 2013. I've used it ever since. I had it over at my house till about 2016. and I took it over to my grandparents' house, and I've been using it over there. And about a year ago, I brought it over to fix it. I fixed it, and the handle was loose. And I still have yet to buy this bolt that goes in it. So I've just been dragging my feet. Never bought it. So it just sat. So it still sits. This is the first time I've had it out in about a month now. So it just sits in the shed. I never use it, you know. So the replacement to the SRM230, because when the handle broke, I was like, I'm done with this thing. Because it wouldn't, long story short, it wouldn't run right. Or it wouldn't work right. I didn't have time to fix it. So I bought the SRM225, which is my daily driver trimmer. I use it every day, or pretty much every yard I mow. I use it on. This is I believe it's either a 2016 or 2017. Yeah, 2017 model. I love this thing. Doesn't have the most power ever, but it's got very controllable power. Okay, and we'll get to uncontrollable power when we get over to this thing. But very controllable power on this. Like, you almost have to give it half throttle to cut anything with it. But when you give it full throttle, it's got just enough power to cut through thick stuff. And it's just ideal for just everyday trimming. I wouldn't use this on tall stuff, but as you can see, it's pretty used. Definitely used. So I like it. Nothing special, you know. I bought it to replace the SRM230, and I used to think I used the SRM230 a lot, and I thought it was worn out. Nah. I've used this thing double the amount I've used the SRM230. Moving on to the next one, we have the Echo SRM280T. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the SRM230 and the SRM225 has the same speed feed trimmer heads. So this one, SRM280T, it's a great trimmer. Great trimmer. I don't have a complaint about it, except the uncontrollable power. Like, it's too powerful to use just on a normal weekly yard. It's way too powerful. Like, it's stupid. I took the guard off. I had it the first time I used it, I took the guard off, because you could literally probably run about 20 inches of string out of this SRM280T. It's stupid. It just has so much power and so much torque. It's insane. But the main reason I bought the SRM280T was so I could trim tall yards. We buy a lot of overgrown properties and clean them up. And that's mainly what I bought it for. Stuff like that. Really thick grass. And then last, this is my newest trimmer. Well, actually, I should give you all the year on this one. June of 2018. So my newest trimmer that I own is this Echo PAS T25. I have very mixed feelings about this trimmer. I like it, but I think you lose a lot of power through it having this little coupler here. You lose a lot of power throughout this combination right here. The two shafts join together, and you just lose a lot of it's got a lot of slack, really. And whenever you give it gas, it takes a lot more gas to get it to move than the SRM225, which is basically the same thing as this. But you know, I like it. I don't use it. As you can tell, the shaft's really clean. I really don't use this trimmer. I bought it because I thought I was going to buy a pole saw attachment for it. I never did. So it just sits. These two, the 280T and the 225, are the two I use the most. Though that one, I will probably use once I get it fixed. I'll probably use the same as I use the SRM-225, but till it gets fixed, it just sits. But yeah, so here's my arsenal. I will end up selling that SRM-225, or PAS-225 before long. I'd like to get like an older PAS series Echo, like a PAS-260 or PAS-230. But like I said, I bought it to run a pole saw, never bought the pole saw attachment, and it just sits now. So there they are. They do look pretty good. Oh, weird. I think they're all good looking. So, SRM-210, SRM-230, SRM-225, 280T, PAS-225.